this guy, yeah. One. It was just in my brochure that I brought. Jesus. Pass on down, they all might wanna. That's what they wanna turn this into. Eventually.
Does it have like
You could speed things
Is it a
up. and get
nonprofit with like a
$9 million.
board?
All they want.
is this owned by a nonprofit, Harry?
Hmm?
Is this owned by a
So you're
nonprofit?
trying to get a hold of
Yeah, right here.
him. We just talked here.
Yeah,
That's what they want.
Is it a nonprofit that owns this? Or who owns it?
I think it's nonprofit.
Drawn,
Okay.
lots of comments on that.
They bought it from Randy Pride. I think they have.
Yep.
They have room for 1,100 people. Once they tear down all the petitions and do everything.
It would be wonderful to have a facility like that.
Well, that's when, are you?
have you guys been to the new, or the, well, not new, but the Rialto with the medians?
I haven't been in there since they finished it.
Keep going for a while.
I got to go in there
You do
before,
like it
when
when
they
the
first bought it.
Super hot times.
On the marquee.
Medians and,
Yeah, be fun to go down there.
Yeah, on the marquee, they say all these names. I have no idea who they are.
Yeah.
I never watched that.
Nicholas,
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Good, good.
okay.
Yes.
Makes a big difference.
Changed my prescription. Sound coming through.
I didn't think.
Good. Ready to go live?
Who they wanna turn this into.
It's not that on mine, so I don't know if it's all the plan.
Excuse me.
I have.
They have a diagram on the side there. We'll see.
Minutes early, but we'll go ahead and get started. Meeting will come to order. There are agendas located on the table outside of the meeting room. And this is a public meeting for which public notice has been provided. Proceedings are being broadcast and recorded and can be viewed online at the City of Casper's YouTube channel. First, I'd like to read some informational statements about the meeting. Use of cellular telephones is not permitted, and such telephones shall be turned off or otherwise silenced during the Planning and Zoning meeting. When speaking to the Planning and Zoning Commission, please clearly state your name and address. Keep your remarks pertinent to the issue being considered by the Planning and Zoning Commission. Do not repeat the same statements that were made by a previous speaker. Speak to the Planning and Zoning Commission as you would like to be spoken to. Do not address applicants or other audience members directly. Make your comments at the podium and directed to the chairperson and Planning and Zoning Commission. I'd like to remind everyone present that the City of Casper Planning and Zoning Commission is a volunteer body composed of members of the Casper community appointed by the Casper City Council. Commission acts as a quasi-judicial panel, making final decisions on some items and recommendations to the City Council on others, as dictated by law. The Commission may only consider evidence about any case as it relates to existing law. The Commission cannot make or change planning or zoning laws, regulations, policies, or guidelines. Looks like all of the commissioners are present and accounted for. That's fantastic. I even made it back into the country this time. So, next item on the agenda is considerations of the minutes from the Planning and Zoning Commission meeting held August 8th, 2024. Are there any additions or corrections?
I move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion to approve and a motion to, and a second. Is there any discussion? All right. Well, then all members vote. Record the vote.
I'll abstain.
All abstain. I wasn't here.
Abstain.
Okay, with Commissioners Beamer, McIntosh, and Askew abstaining, and all other members voting aye, the motion carries.
All right. Oh, excuse me. The smoke is getting to me. Next will be the scheduled public hearings. Before we get started, just a reminder to all of this evening's applicants that it takes 4 affirmative votes to pass any item, regardless of the number of commissioners present. If any applicants would like to postpone their case, well, there won't be any more than this number present, so we're good. The first case tonight will be ZOC 676-2024 concerning a request for zone change of 643 East 17th Street, 1707 South Oakcrest Avenue, including the 6 vacant parcels along the east side of Oakcrest between 17th and 18th Street. The applicant is Emmerich Huber. Can we get the staff report on that?
Real quick, Mr. Chairman, just need to tie up loose ends on this case. Since we did send out notifications to neighbors and such, and they may be watching home. So, this case has been withdrawn and the applicant plans on bringing the replat back in the next month or two. So, they'll be getting another notification, with a different request.
Okay. All right. So in that case, the chair will entertain a motion to accept the withdrawal of case ZOC 676-2024.
So moved.
We have a motion to accept the withdrawal, so moved by Commissioner Wingeter
Second.
and a second by Commissioner Rubel. Having a motion and a second, is there any discussion? Excuse me. Being no further discussion, we'll now vote. Is there any abstentions or nay votes? Everyone voting aye? Count the votes.
With all members voting aye, the motion carries.
All right. Thank you. Now we'll move on to case number 2. Second public hearing tonight will be for consideration of case SUB 661-2024 concerning a request for final plat approval for the proposed Active D subdivision. The applicant is Robert F. DeVore Revocable Trust dated January 18th, 2018, and the Kimberly Ray DeVore Revocable Trust dated January 18th, 2018. Is the applicant or their representative present, and do you wish to proceed? Okay. Can we please get staff's report at this time?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The owners of the property located at 1421 South Center have applied for plat approval to create the Activity subdivision. The subject property consists of a vacation of and replat of Lot 4 College Heights Edition and the incorporation of a previously unplatted parcel adjoining Lot 4 to the north. The purpose of the subdivision is to combine the two parcels into a single platted parcel. The property is zoned R2, 1-unit residential, and is approximately half an acre in size. The minimum lot size in the R2 district is 4,000 square feet, which is approximately 1/10 of an acre. The proposed subdivision meets all city of Casper standards, and there are no conditions of approval being recommended by staff. There were no public comments, and I have 5 exhibits. A is the application for a plat / subdivision. B, public notice sent to property owners. C, legal notice sent to the Star Tribune. D, photo of the public notice sign on the property, and E, memo to the chairperson and members of planning and zoning commission. That concludes my report.
Alrighty. Thank you for the report. Exhibits are noted. Does anyone on the commission have any preliminary questions for staff about the report? Nobody? All right. Next, I would ask that the applicant and or their authorized representative come forward to the microphone, state your name and address for the record, and explain your application to the commission. Okay. All righty. Anybody have any additional questions for Fred?
Mr. DeVore, I wouldn't buy there. Of course, I didn't want to, I been by the bottom several times. But I also I saw a narrow piece of land that's not, you can combine those two, that narrow piece of land up in front on the 14th Street. There's a narrow piece of land.
The one that is adjacent to the house?
Yes.
What is that, 111?
Yeah,
No, that's a separate lot over there.
I guess I should have asked the planner about
Yeah,
that.
we just plan on.
But that's a
combining the
separate
two.
piece of lot. That has
Yeah, the
nothing
one
to
off
do
the
with-
hill and then 1421.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody else? All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Now it's time when we ask for members of the audience to come forward in either support or opposition. Do we have anybody that wishes to speak in support or opposition to this? No? Excuse me. Saying nobody wishing to speak with regard to this case, the chair hereby closes the public comment portion of the public hearing and calls for a motion to approve, deny, table, or postpone to date certain case SUB 661-2024.
So moved.
Okay.
Sorry.
We have a motion to approve case SUB 661-2024, and we have a second. Any discussion? Nobody feels talkative today?
All I can say is it's a beautiful view up there.
Yeah. I've always
I'm
liked
sure
that.
you'll make it more beautiful.
All right. Being no further discussion, we will now vote. Are there any abstentions or nay votes? Please cast your vote. Please record the vote.
With all members voting aye, the motion carries.
All right. Your application for final plat has been approved. Would staff please advise the applicant of his next steps?
One more step, we have to go to council, and it'll be a resolution. So one reading in council, and we'll have some paperwork for you to fill out. So, thank you. Yep.
Thanks. Now we'll move on to case number 3. Third public hearing tonight will be for consideration of case SUB 663-2024 concerning a request for final plat approval for the proposed North Casper Edition number 4. The applicant is Kinko Investments. Is the applicant or their representative present, and do you wish to proceed?
Yes, sir.
Oh, fantastic. Can you please get staff's report at this time?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Application has been received for replat approval to create the North Casper Edition number 4, located at the northeast corner of Glenarm and East H Street. So the replat involves a reconfiguration of 4 existing platted lots into 2 new lots. Proposed lot 1 is 4,000 square feet in area, and lot 2 is 6,011 square feet in area. Subject property is owned R3, and the minimum lot size is 4,000 square feet. Proposed lot one is occupied by a recently constructed single-family home, and a duplex is under construction on lot two. Proposed subdivision meets all city of Casper standards, and there are no recommended conditions of approval for this replat. Staff did not receive any public comments, and I have 5 exhibits. A is the application for a plat. B, public notice letter sent to property owners within 300 feet. C, legal notice sent to the Star Tribune. D, forward the public notice signed on the property. And E, memo to the chairperson and members of the Planning and Zoning Commission. That concludes my report.
All right. Thank you for the report, and exhibits are noted. Does anyone on the commission have any preliminary questions for staff about the report? Nope. All right. Next, I would ask that the applicant or their authorized representative, I swear I can't talk, go forward to the microphone, state your name and address for the record, and explain your application to the commission, please.
Hi, I'm Wade Kendall, 901 Glenarm. And I'm applying for the replat.
Okay. What are your intentions on that?
I own both of the lots where the house is built and where the duplex is going, and we just need to change the lines so that it works out for both properties. And, yeah, just beautifying North Casper, one property at a time.
That's wonderful. I drove by there today and checked out. Work's going along great. That new house looks pretty nice, so.
Yeah, we're trying to do some top end stuff down there and really, just redo North Casper, make it a nice place.
Yeah, that's great. So, fantastic. Anybody on the commission have any questions for him?
No, I want you to know, I also drove by there yesterday. And I was gonna add to the aesthetics of the whole area.
Yes,
Yeah, that's looking fantastic.
That looks good.
Yeah,
thank you.
We need it down there.
and I think it's interesting that there was 4 lots there to begin with.
Yeah, when they first did the original plots, they're kind of small.
Yeah,
So it's hard to build anything modern and new, so that's why we have to do just an adjustment, but we had enough land there to fit them all correctly before we started the project, so
Yeah.
we knew we'd be okay, and, yeah, just want to get it done and get it in motion.
all right. Fantastic. Anybody else have any questions? All right, thanks, sir.
All right, thank you.
Appreciate you coming
Appreciate
today.
your time, guys.
Now it's time when we ask for members of the audience to come forward. If anybody wants to speak for or against. And seeing nobody wishing to speak in regards to this case, chair hereby closes public comment portion of the public hearing, calls for motion to approve, deny, table, or postpone to a date certain, case SUB 663-2024.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion, we approve. I can find it again, the number. SUB 663-2024.
Okay, we have a motion to approve by Commissioner Winger. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
We have a second. Do we have, having a motion and a second? Is there any discussion? No? All right. There being no further discussion, we will now vote. Are there any abstentions or nay votes? All right, cast your vote. Record to vote.
With all members voting aye, the motion carries.
Fantastic. Your application for final plat has been approved. Will the staff please advise the applicant of the next steps?
One council meeting to go, and we'll have some paperwork for you to sign here, but
It'll need to be at the next meeting?
probably not.
Okay.
We can talk more about that. It's a consent item, so
Okay.
it should be just on a long list that they approve all at once, so usually no reason for you to do that.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay,
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank
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 you.
you.
Appreciate you coming tonight. Now we'll move on to communications. Chair calls for any communications from the commission. Anybody have anything exciting going on we need to communicate?
I had one question about the last project that Wade was here. For the planner. As I went by there, maybe I looked at it, he's about done building it. Well, this happened a couple times in my history on this board. Why do they start building before they get the permit?
In this case, it's multifamily, zoning, so he's allowed to have multiple units on there, so even if the replat were turned down, it wouldn't affect it. The replat was not something we required, it was something that the mortgage company required in order to have two separate mortgages.
All the mortgage comes.
So even if he didn't replat it, we would have gave him a permit regardless.
Okay, I understand.
So they wouldn't give title unless it was replatted.
Right.
I was gonna ask that question too, and I was like,
Yeah, it's the lender driven, not the city.
so he's always on all 4 lots. He's just now asking them to be 2 so that he can get the mortgage and the mortgage company can do the title.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, I understand.
All right. All right, chair calls for communications from the community development director or the city planner.
Nothing tonight, sir.
Nothing tonight. About from the council liaison.
I have nothing significant to report from council, but if there's anything you wish to convey to council, I'm happy to do that.
Right. Anybody have anything to?
Mr. Chairman, Michael, or Counselor, are they moved in? You guys,
Not till, I think, the end of October.
at the end of
They said
October?
the second meeting in October,
So you're not having any meetings over there yet?
not yet,
Okay.
we're still here.
Okay.
So it'll be the second work session, second public meeting, or the fourth,
Okay. I see.
work session will be back in City Hall.
But there are some offices that are
Yeah,
moving now.
our, city managers moved back. Several other departments are moving back. It's kind of a.
Slow moving process.
They're making progress. I've been over there a couple of times and
Yeah.
it's come along.
All right,
Are you back, Craig?
We're the last ones in our building, I believe, so we move next week, and, I think then we'll be complete.
chair calls for communication from Historic Preservation Commission liaison. That would be me. The ornaments for this year is gonna be the Wyoming National Bank building, which is now the McGinley Building. They're in production and are expected to go on sale mid to late October. Additional information will be published as it becomes available. We're beginning to develop a process to assist owners of historical properties to apply to be on the National Historic Registry and to obtain a plaque to recognize the property. And considering the possibility of marketing historic districts with distinctive street signs. So got some things going on with the historic preservation. About the communication from the Old Yellowstone District Liaison.
There was a meeting last week for those interested in the reconstruction of Midwest. That is still on track to be finished by the middle of October.
Awesome.
Oh,
So I know they got curb and gutter on, I think, on both sides of the street now, so. Exciting news is that means the underground utility work is done.
Yeah.
And then I may recall that this commission approved a replat. I forget what the subdivision was from the property north, just east of Stockups. It used to be a Stockups RV lot.
For the apartment
For
house.
the apartment, and apparently there was some, that building height now is in violation, I believe, of the OYD zoning. They were granted relief from the
A
appeal.
variance.
Yeah, variance, but apparently went through appeals board consisting of 3 counselors, I believe.
Yep.
And they've approved that apartment complex to go ahead, which is
70 feet.
70 feet and 6 inches high. I think we were under the impression when it was, again, we were just involved with the replat, but we were under the impression it was gonna be underground parking.
mhm.
And I don't think that's the
Yeah.
case anymore. I think it's gonna be at grade parking and then five stories above the parking level.
Yep, 6 total.
So 6 total.
I
Interesting.
don't remember it being that tall.
One.
Wasn't
Okay.
originally, yeah.
But again, all we were involved with was the replat.
The plaque.
Yeah.
Right.
104 apartment units if you are interested in owning a slice of heaven downtown.
Was it just too not cost effective for the underground parking?
Not sure how to answer that. They say that it was never gonna be underground parking because it wasn't feasible.
Oh,
Everybody remembers it as being a cartoon.
Right? So were we all in the same dream?
Yeah, cause I remember both underground and surface parking.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then it was like 4 stories tall.
That's what we remember as well.
So are they going to be apartments for sale or are they gonna be rent?
I understand they're for sale.
Right.
Right.
Rent.
Rent again. Okay.
They're for rent. If you want to rent a piece of them downtown.
All right, cool.
That's all.
Mr. Chairman, to add to, Mr. Andrews, I got something off the internet about, a meeting in the it said OYD area. And it turned out to be over here at the, what do you call those apartments that they just built over here?
Nolan?
Yeah, yeah, but it turned out to be a meeting about the lyric. There was about 50 people, they had wine and cheese and all that, and they just was showing everybody, I'm sure you ever saw it, you saw it before, but it was just telling everybody about the plans for the lyric. They only need so many millions of dollars to complete it. I won't tell you how much.
Pocket change.
It's a pocket change, but
Well, cool. That's a great plan.
it's a great plan, you bet.
That'd be a wonderful thing if they pull it off. We've needed a place like that.
I did see the Homax the Homax was approved by council, correct?
It was. Yep.
So they started construction?
Nope, they have not submitted their site plan yet.
Okay.
It's, my guess, it might be a while.
I hope not. I mean.
I'd
Yeah,
like
they
to
were
see it,
pretty,
yeah,
they're pretty far along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think they wanted to start this fall, which I think is too ambitious, but by spring, definitely. We'll see.
When Andrews talked about the Midwest being done, it made me think about that property and the redevelopment of that. So
Okay. Chair calls for any other communications from anybody else present? No? Not gonna communicate anymore? All right. Final item on the agenda this evening is adjournment. Next meeting of the Planning and Zoning Commission is currently scheduled for Thursday, October 10th, 6 p.m.
Mr. Chairman, I'll move for adjournment.
All right. I didn't ask for it yet, but okay.
Okay, well, I thought you said.
I'll second
Call
that.
for a motion to adjourn. So moved by Commissioner Wingeder. Second. All voting aye?
Aye.
All right. Motion passes. Meeting adjourned at 6:22 p.m. Gee, I thought I was quick to get out of here.
I thought he was ready for a